Hurricane Melissa is rapidly intensifying, now already up to a Category 2 storm with winds sustained at 100 miles per hour, and it's expected to peak as a Cat 4 just south of Jamaica here on Sunday and heading into Monday. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta here with First Coast News, always doing our best to give you the latest information, no hype, just breaking down what we are seeing out here with this storm. And a lot of the words I'm going to use in this update may sound like hype, but it is serious because this is a serious storm system. The winds right now, like I mentioned, 100 miles per hour. And the other number here that from somebody who doesn't really know the storms, moving west at 3 miles per hour doesn't sound bad, but that's actually very bad because it's a very slow mover. That means it's going to be lingering with these persistent impacts, especially across the island of Jamaica here as we wrap up the weekend and through Monday and into Tuesday. And this is just showing you the wind history. It was struggling against shear as we went through Thursday, Friday, and the first half of Saturday, but now since 2 o'clock, it went from 70 miles per hour now up to 100 miles per hour. We have hurricane hunters flying through it, confirming that this storm system is continuing to organize. Now, we are expecting with the National Hurricane Center, this to make landfall by Monday night heading into Tuesday morning, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. per the latest forecast. Pulling back the picture, though, it is going to move off towards the north and east and cross Cuba throughout the day here on Tuesday and heading into Wednesday, moving over the Turks and Caicos before kicking off towards the north and east. And if we show the GFS versus European spaghetti plots here with the ensemble, I know the last few days we've had low confidence. There was a lot of probably kind of in the wordage of this system here. Now it is a lot more confident. It's going to move towards the west, get picked up by a passing trough that's bringing rainfall to the southeastern United States here on Sunday and the Monday. And that trough's going to kick it off towards the north and east, and all the guidance and just the atmospheric dynamics are set up for that. So how about we talk about the near-term impact? So as this continues to strengthen, Kingston is going to be kind of in the right front quadrant. Now, the core of the storm should stay just offshore. When we talk about Cat 4 winds, it's usually just around that inner eye wall. That only extends usually about 30 to 40 miles out. But outside of that, you still get some of these passing rain bands. You still get some of that heavy rainfall. And I think that's what Kingston's going to be getting over the course of several days, which is very problematic because that means you're going to be looking at serious flooding and also storm surge. Just that constant onshore push of the wind is going to be creating some storm surge, especially in some of these low-lying areas along the southeastern coastline. And yeah, the rain is going to be a big issue. I'll get to that in just a second, but it's going to cross over Jamaica here by Monday night, heading into Tuesday morning, a landfall right here around Santiago de Cuba that is just towards the west of Gitmo for our military personnel out there, and then crossing over the island and heading out towards the Turks and Caicos. Still going to be a big impact for Cuba and the Turks and Caicos, by the way, and parts of the Bahamas for that matter. But the good news with that, by the time it gets hooked up by that trough, it is going to start to move quicker off towards the north and east. Not quick, but it will have some forward motion to it. This is absolutely just incredible, though. The rainfall forecast everywhere in blue, now that's out mostly over water, indicates 2 feet or more. There's spots it's up near 3 feet. But in the mountains of Jamaica, these models don't really resolute it very well with the just kind of the resolution of them. You could be seeing upwards and over 2 feet of total precipitation, especially in southeastern areas of Jamaica. That is just absolutely incredible, and it doesn't matter how good your infrastructure is or anything. Serious power outages, flooding, mudslides, roads being washed out. This is not a hype, not an exaggeration. Covering typhoons, cyclones, and hurricanes for 20 years. That is serious, especially with a Cat 4 moving this slow, and that's the big issue. If you got any friends or if you got any plans to go to Jamaica, obviously you're not going at this point, but know anybody out here, or if you're watching from there, I hope that you're making those proper preparations. Now, this is going to move off towards the north and east, passing just southeast of Florida by Wednesday, and everything points to it passing towards the south and east of Florida. This is new, though. Eastern Cuba is under a hurricane watch at this time, but the big one is still that hurricane warning for obvious reasons across Jamaica. And then we look at the broader picture. I do want to mention So after this pushes over Jamaica, it kicks off towards the north and east. That low that's bringing the rainfall to the southeast is actually going to hook this, kick it off, and then behind it, the side effect from Melissa for the east coast of the U.S. is actually going to be cooler, drier air. And temperatures are going to be some of the coldest yet of this autumn for Jacksonville, where I am. We're going to be looking at temperatures into the mid to possibly the lower 40s. The 540 line, that's the 500 millibar level, what we use to kind of judge snow. That's going to dip down all the way to Georgia now. I think it's going to be too dry for snow, but it kind of puts in perspective how cold it's going to get. All right, I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. If you have any questions, you can comment on this video or you can send me a message at rspeta@firstcoastnews.com. As always, thanks for watching. Always trying to keep you informed. Number one thing for our friends out here being impacted by this, stay safe out there.